Okay, welcome back to the channel. So we're talking about the Insoon Campus Club. This is I'll call it the pre-build. So we already did the unboxing. I'll link to that video here. I opened up the box and took all the parts out. All of these parts that you see here were inside of two big bags, and I have broken them out by, I'll say, step number. So if you look at the bags here, you can see that they have a 1 on them. These have a 2, 3, etc. Right? So there's basically 7, I'll say, overarching steps that align to 7 different parts, groups of parts bags. So there's 7 groups of bags, and then you have this bag that doesn't have any number on it, and you have those 2 plates that don't obviously have any number because they're not even in a bag, and then you have your 2 light kits here. And I will point out that there is also, you get decals again, much like the other Insoon kit that I did. So it doesn't look like there's going to be printed parts. There's going to be decals that you have to put on. So the light kits do look, as much as I don't like these, I believe that they're going to take those, what you call dime batteries. I am not crazy about those, and they don't look like they have a USB option, which I'm kind of bummed out about, but these definitely look better. At least they look like they have light strips now, instead of the other one was just like this wire with little bulbs in it. So I think this is going to be better than the other kit right off the bat. I looked through the instruction manual. I did look through this real quick, and just to point out what I'm talking about here, because the picture's worth 1,000 words. So you can see that first box there. This is the first page. You can see that it has the number 1 right here. That refers to all of the parts that make up 1. So there's, I think, 6 bags or 5 bags. All of those parts are all going to go to make what you see there in that description. So you have bag 1, and then you have the no-name parts, right? So you have a light kit here, you have the big trays, you have some small trays which are part of that bag there. So it looks like this is going to be much the same as the other Insoon kit as far as the instructions are concerned, where they don't necessarily paint the whole picture of where you're pulling parts from, but that's okay. I mean, we can figure it out, right? We can work through it. So this will be my last video before I actually get into the build, unless I run into anything while I'm actually going through the instructions. I may put those in here, or I may just mention them in the build video, but wanted to do a pre-build just to kind of give you an idea of what we're starting with, One last tidbit before I close this out. In case you haven't seen my other videos, I always make it a habit to dump all of the parts for the part that I'm working on, the step that I'm working on, into just a Tupperware container. I try to separate them, so there's actually 6 bags that make up step 1. This is step 1's parts right here. There were 6 bags. You can see I kind of kept them separate, so there was 3 bags of real tiny parts and 3 bags of bigger parts. So I put those all in the Tupperware thing, and this way it'll keep them separated, and it'll also keep them from getting knocked off the table if something should happen or whatever. The other thing I wanted to point out, they give you this little tool. So basically this is a pry tool. If you have to get parts off, you can stick that piece underneath and just pop the piece up. This was not included in the other Insoon kit that I had. I'm not sure what all the rest of this is, but this one end I do know is for popping pieces off, and the reason I know that is because Lumibrix kits come with a tool very similar to this, and they give a pretty good description of what it's for. So good that they include that. It is helpful, because anybody who doesn't have fingernails like me, it's very difficult to get these parts off once they're in there. So just wanted to call that out before we get going. Again, part of the pre-build, so yeah, use that for what it's worth. Hopefully this was helpful. I will post a link to this kit if you decide that you would like to purchase it on Amazon. It is an affiliate link. I will get a little kickback, which will help me bring more content to the channel. It will not cost you anymore, and also make it easier for you. You can just click the link and order straight from Amazon. So if you want to hold out until the full build review, that's fine too. I will have that coming soon, and you'll be able to make your full decision based on my honest and unbiased and unpaid opinions of the kit. Stay tuned for that. Hope you're all doing well. I'll see you in the next video.